Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is a personal YouTube reading, order number 1528, and I will be starting with your palms, and I know you ask me only two questions. The first one is, what's your purpose in life? And the second question is, why can't you use your magic? I'll try to see it all in your palms and by using tarot. And I will be starting with your right palm because actually your right palm represents your destiny. So the destiny is supposed to be written there. So, and because it's the question about destiny, I'm so curious to see what's going on there. And interestingly enough, I see on your palm like the line that represents. It's actually a very interesting line. I think you are the second person in my entire life that I see that possess the line like this. So first of all, your destiny is to continue your own legacy, the legacy of your soul, to continue and do things that you used to do in your past lives. And you're supposed to continue it to the next reincarnation as well. So for you, the only thing that you're supposed to do is magic and occult and spreading the knowledge and helping people. You've been doing this in your past lives and you're supposed to do in this life as well. You actually don't have a line that represents physical body, so it means that your whole existence is supposed to be concentrated in another realm or another dimension. It means for people like you, you're supposed to be doing the work of a practitioner by communicating with spirits. There is nothing in physical realm that actually holds you here. There is nothing that makes you happy, nothing that makes you feel home or safe. All the happiness, all the progress of your soul, everything that you want to achieve is actually in the realm of spirits, in the realm of something like the unseen, the hidden, the occult. You are extremely not physical. Even if you do a physical job, if you do something like, even if you're good, for example, with like living the physical life, if you learn the human's ways, it's just because you had to. But you are extremely spiritual being, I would say. You are the creature that are not supposed to roam among normal people, and that's why probably you don't fit in anywhere. You're always different. You feel special. You know that there's something about you that you can't unlock, and you are special. First of all, you have the devil's mark on you, which tells me that as a witch, because you're a born witch, you have the witch mark and the mage's mark. So your magic is actually very balanced. It's feminine and masculine at the same time, so you don't have to choose like what branch to practice, what to do. It's all on you. But you also have the Satan mark, and this mark tells me that you're supposed to work with dark entities, with demons, with dark shadows, with dark spirits, with everything that normal people find scary or malicious. This is your realm. This is where you're supposed to be like working, dwelling in. You're the dark one. You know, some witches are white, some witches are green, eclectic. You're the dark one. Your soul is dark. You have connections with the underworld. You have ties with the gods of the underworld, and all about you is dark, and all about you is pure. It's fire, it's earth. There is nothing that is airy, and there is no water in you. You are very, you know, your energy is like very hard, it's very strong. It's ready. You're ready to actually help a lot of people, and you're ready to do your, like, fulfill your destiny, I would say, because you're supposed to become a practitioner. And that's why I'm actually happy that you're asking what's stopping you and why can't you use your magic. I think because you are approaching your magic very wrong. I think you had blocks from your childhood because you were trying to fit in. In your childhood, you've been seen so much. You've been visited by aliens. You've been visited by ancient gods and deities. You saw angels. You saw demons. You saw spirits. You saw people who passed away. You've never been by yourself. You always had visitors. Every night, someone would come to you. And I think at some point, you either got scared or you took like the wrong turn because you didn't know how to approach it and how to become yourself. I think maybe religion played a role, the people around you, like school, all of these things, they kind of led you away, and you've done mistakes. And I think now it's time for you to actually truly acknowledge who you are. I think you don't have any fears anymore, like you're ready to face this darkness in you that's been sleeping before, And I think you're ready to actually try the real magic that is still dormant. And your physical body is not important, your appearances, your gender, your age, nothing is matters. Like, your physical body is not written. You do not show your physical body in the underworld. You stand there in your spiritual form. You have wings, and you are extremely tall and dark. You are like a fallen angel in the underworld, and that's why you are not attached to your physical body. It doesn't matter how it feels, like sicknesses or even like your diet. Nothing is important. Your physical body is so temporary. Everything you should work on in order to unlock your magical powers to the fullest is your soul, is your spirit. So you have to unlock and remember everything that you've done before. You had many reincarnations. You are the limitless soul. You are the one who protects secret knowledge. So for you, learning what you know is the most important part, and remembering. For you, the only way to do it is through practice. If you don't practice, you might forget everything. There is no need for a teacher. You just need to start learning through any means and any tools that come your way. You have the most interesting mark right here. This is the ring of the witch. This is the mark that I haven't seen on a human being, like, ever. So this mark represents the ties with the devil, and you have the ring and you have the mark. So for you, working with the most darkest and scariest aspects of magic is what you're supposed to do. So the more you practice the forbidden one, like, you know, the forbidden witchcraft, the dark witchcraft, the more you become yourself and the more powerful you're gonna feel, and the more of strengths you're gonna regain back. You are definitely connected with demons. You have a guardian demon, and not even one. I think you have 4. You have like strong protection. Like, every finger has a protective mark. You are protected, so you don't have to worry about practicing dark magic. No one can hex you, no one can harm you, like, no one can even find your physical body. So for you, even like practicing voodoo magic is something that you can consider doing, because honestly, you don't belong to any branch. All magic, all types of magics are in you, so you don't have to choose. I want to see your left palm. I want to see what's going on there. And that's actually amazing confirmation. Like, you have this mark, the Midas touch. So you're supposed to become famous. You're supposed to do this like occult life is supposed to become your main goal. So people will know you. And having this Midas touch when it comes to working with your magic is something like incredible. So it means you will become rich and wealthy if you practice. Another interesting thing, you know, Midas touch is usually something that like a lot of people have, because a lot of people born for success, because they have like some gifts and abilities, but your Midas touch is surrounded by these interesting marks. Those are the marks of ancient aliens. Those are the marks that you can find in the most ancient sacred temples or ruins all over the world. So you are marked that represents your soul is not from Earth. All of these marks are connecting to the stars, the specific stars. So your soul actually came and visited many stars and many galaxies and many systems. And that's why you don't fit in on Earth, because a lot of things don't make sense to you, because you've visited so much, not just like traveling around one planet, but traveling from planet to another planet. That's why for you, maybe in this lifetime, it's not even important if you travel on Earth, because for you, it's just a small, tiny planet. You've been to bigger places and you've seen so much more. And for you, astral traveling is the key to remember. You need to learn how to astral project, and you need to learn how to see lucid dreams. You have to train your mind to be more open to all of these things that you know. If you want to practice your magics, you have to use your hands. Hands supposed to be always in your magic, like for example, doing potions or using something that you create yourself by your hands in your spell work. It's the best thing you can do. If you can create your own set of runes, that would be amazing, because you can use runes for your magic, not for divination. For you, divination comes easy. You just have to start like divining the future for the people, for your clients, and you don't really need tools. The tools like tarot, for example, or runes, you need only to unlock the powers of your mind. It's mostly for you, not for anyone else. You can work with sigils because you have a lot of ancient symbols on your palm as well, so it means sigils will always represent something for you, and each symbol, each sigil that you see might help you to remember your past. You have the prophetic cross right here, so it means you do see prophetic dreams, but sometimes you don't remember them. I think your dreams are the crazy ones. You don't even understand what's happening there. I think in your mind there is always the physical realm and the spiritual realm, and in the realm of spirits, like you are dreaming, like daydreaming day and night. Your mind is always there. Even if you do some kind of like physical task, your mind is always going away. You're like a daydreamer, but you have the ability to actually visit other realms and astral project. Your demons are with you, they're active, they're always with you. You always feel there's someone watching you or someone behind your shoulder. And I think they always try to connect with you by some different things, like you experiencing maybe like poltergeist or things moving in your house. I think you prefer to be in haunted places, in dark places with very heavy energy. You feel safer and calmer in these places, places that are new and they don't have any energy. You feel like you can stay. It's like something is distracting you all the time. You're an ancient soul, so you always connect to an ancient energy. So the older the places, the easier it for you to gather your own energy. So for example, if you want to have your altar, you need to make sure that the altar stays somewhere in the room, like in your own room, and the energy is very like dense, it's heavy, so it kind of grounds you to earth. Maybe choose your altar in a place when there is not enough light, like the darker the better, and because when lights comes, it kind of like distracts your eyes, and you might like lose this momentum or your peace if there's like too much sunshine. I also see that you have the Anunnaki star right here. So it means your ancestors are Anunnaki, and I think you've been one of the Anunnaki gods when you came to Earth, one of your reincarnations, because you have so many symbols that represents divine power from ancient Babylonia. So for you, using even ancient symbols or sacred geometry is also a key to unlocking your powers. When it comes to sigils, you should create your own sigils and use them. You can also buy sigils online from people that you trust, or from if you see the sigil that actually speaks to your soul, like get them. And every symbol, every sigil unlocks something in you. It's like a key to the door of your magic. And this is the easiest way for you to actually start remembering these things. Your future is not written. This is the part of the palm that represents future, and it's actually not written. So it means you still have time to manifest any reality, any future that you want, to manifest wealth, abundance, prosperity, to manifest people you want in your life. You can manifest your dream job, like becoming an occultist, becoming a witch, becoming like finding love, finding your soulmate, or finding new home, like moving somewhere. Anything you want, you still can do. You still have a lot of time ahead of you. So even if you feel stuck at the moment, it doesn't mean anything. It's gonna change. You have the Leonardo da Vinci's wings on your palms. It tells me that in order to become like someone like Leonardo da Vinci, you need to go to a cave. He went to a cave for 2 years before he came back and started creating these art pieces that are still known and full of codes all over the world. So for you, in order to unleash your potential, you also need to hermit. It shouldn't be 2 years. If you can find a way to go to a cave or live next to a cave for at least 2 weeks and explore yourself and do ritual every night, this is something that's going to help you to attune more into your own divine power. Caves are important to you because you are the fire and the earth. Anything that comes from earth is a place of your higher vibrations. For you to feel better, you don't have to go to the sea, you have to go to the mountains, you have to go to forests, and caves are the most important thing that helps you to unlock your power. if you can visit the pyramids of Giza one day and the temples in ancient Egypt, that's going to help you a lot as well, because a lot of your magic was learned and came from there. I see that you are, you know, you have so many lines. Like, there is a book that can be written only on your lines. There is so many things I see. You're the revengeful one. Like, you have this mark that represents the goddess of revenge, and when she marks someone, it means you have the ability to do the punishment for people, like karmic punishments. So you represent the karma, and being a person that marked by the vengeance, it means you actually can do spells and magic for any type of requests that people can do. So even if you are accepting a client who asking to do something bad for another person, you actually can do that, because the consequences are never going to come back to you. You are not responsible for any energy that you sending out to the universe. All the consequences are going to go to the person who either order or the person who deserving this. So never be scared of using your magic in any way, of shape, or form. Always know that you are the dark one, so you can do anything you want and nothing will ever come back to you. One of the interesting marks that you have here, like on this parts of your fingers, tells me that you are extremely protected. So when you work your magic, always have earth or like dirt near you, like around your altar or on your altar. It's like an offering to the gods that you can work with. They want you to physically touch the earth and bring it to your altar. And of course you need to have an altar. The first offering that you should do on your altar is to yourself, because you have the divine power. You are a fallen one in the underworld, so you should do offerings to yourself, like on weekly basis for sure. And then you can do offerings to any gods or deities that you choose to work with. But acknowledging yourself, acknowledging your divine power and higher mission is important. So your purpose is literally to help people through occult knowledge, through practicing witchcraft, through becoming who you are. It could be healing, like working with energies. It could be consultations, and it could be just selling your magic online. The choice is yours. It could be readings. You can do whatever I'm doing, and you can do something your own, whatever you feel drawn most. Divination is one of the things that you can use as well. You can divine the future, you can see visions. And I think the biggest gift you have is the ability to see any entity or any creature that was ever existent or present on planet Earth. You are connected to every demon and every deity. And for you, it's like being a messenger of these gods or these demons. It's like being the medium between humans, mortals, and the divine creatures, and the creatures from the underworld. So for you, it's very important to take note of your visions and dreams, your imagination. You know, sometimes you say you're imagining things, but you're not. Every crazy thing that ever came to your mind is actually true. And if you acknowledge that, if you learn how to believe yourself, if you start practicing every day, the rest will follow. For you, you're such a natural, gifted being. For you, it's just supposed to come easy. If it doesn't come easy, it's not yours. If it doesn't come naturally to you, if you have to suffer, if there's like nothing happening, it means you're doing something wrong. It means you're trying to learn a way that it doesn't belong to you. For you, all you need is just to remember. And the more you practice, the more memory is going to come back to you. And I do recommend you use tarot, because this is good beginning. And tarot is the most easiest tool to communicate with the gods and entities. And because you are a messenger, you really need to learn how to use tarot, because they talk to you through images and through symbols, and tarot always have the symbols. And this is interesting. This is the bottom of the deck that I was about to use, and it has the world card. So I think the message is loud and clear for you when it comes to tarot, the world, and the Five of Mages. This card represents that the universe, the world is open to you. This card represents Five of Mages, Kabbalah. It represents that the magic is everything. Number 5 is the number of empire. So remember I told you that you have the Midas touch on your palm, that you're supposed to be famous and rich, and you're supposed to be known in the occult world. This card represents all of these things. So tarot really talks to you. Tarot really wants you to be the main tool at the beginning. And I do recommend you to choose a deck that it's not common deck. That is something that comes only to you, something that you personally like, and something that you chose yourself. Don't let anyone buy your own tarot. Make sure that you choose your deck yourself with your own energy, with your own hands. The highest points of your energy are concentrated in your palms, in your head, and this is also your weakest points, because if you have like any pains, usually it's probably also head and arms, and because you don't use your energy properly, and because you have blockage in your mind. Your mind is very stubborn. You need to learn how to unlock and you need to learn how to believe in yourself. That's what's stopping you the most, because you think everything that you experience in supernatural nature is actually your imagination, and that's what's stopping you. You don't believe in yourself because maybe you didn't see an extension of you, you never saw like what you can become, or you never believed the things that you feel. So try to believe in yourself. This is the most important thing always. Okay, I'm asking any message for you, especially in regards of why can't you use your power? Why can't you use your magic? This is an interesting answer, actually. And the cards, they fell, so it means they're really, really talking to you. They rarely fell from my hands. So the first card, the reverse, it's the Fool. The Fool cards, it's the Major Arcana card. Actually, 2 Major Arcanas came right away for you. And this is an amazing sign. Major Arcana usually represents the messages from the higher realm. And Minor Arcana, they represent this like 3D realm. So when 2 major comes, it means the gods are really talking to you. So the Fool represents the beginning of the journey, taking the leap of faith and believing in yourself, believing that the universe provides, and believing that you're on the right path. It came reversed, which tells me that you're not ready, and maybe that's why you can use your magic. Physically, you can use your magic. Mentally, you can't. There is nothing that is stopping you. There is no curse. There is nothing that comes from your bloodline that doesn't allow you to use your magic. Everything is in your head. And the Fool is the first card of Major Arcana. It's the card that represents 0, eternal beginning. So because you didn't start the journey, because you didn't start practicing, that's why you can use your magic. The magic is locked inside of you because you don't have use for it, because you don't believe that this is who you are. And if you start the journey, everything else will follow. This is the journey, that's the journey where it's supposed to take you, the Star card. The Star card represents Lucifer, number 17, and it represents the star, and it represents ability to be in a witch, like a born witch without anything. It's like literally all you need is yourself. Your body is your tool, nothing else. You're already seeing demons, you're already working with them, they're already communicating with you. You don't even have to invoke them, they're already there for you. The Star card showing people, it especially represents people who are into occult, like parapsychologists, readers, tarot readers. It represents healers, shamans, so it represents you. This is where you're supposed to go. And it's only 16 steps from the full journey to the star. So each mistake counts as a step. So don't worry and don't be scared of making mistakes. This is something that you need to do. The Star card, one of my favorite cards. It means you are supposed to be seen, you are supposed to have your own empire, and you're supposed to help people just by being you, because everything else, like, you already know, it's all in you. You just have to unleash this power. I really want to pull this card because it feels like it wants to show itself. 7 of Alchemy. So 7 represents the number of seeking. It represents this is the number of Jesus, Buddha, all of these ascended masters, and this is your number at the moment because you are seeking the truth, you're seeking the knowledge. 7 and 17. And I like this card, Seven of Alchemists. Like I said before, the symbology is very important for you. Every symbol kind of like talks to your soul on a different level and opens up something a little bit in you. Working with animals, like totem animals, you see you have 2 snakes, which tells me that you are open to snakes now. Snakes represent knowledge, hidden knowledge, and occult. It's the most common sign of occult knowledge or any symbol of alchemy that you can ever find. They represent the cycle of rebirth, they represent the divine knowledge, the hidden knowledge that was shared. They even represent Lucifer himself. I see a dragon as well. Dragon in alchemy represents like the fire element. It represents the hidden truth. It represents the power, the strength, and the knowledge of a sage. So you're about to receive a lot of knowledge if you start practicing. You see you are like inside of this 7-pointed star, and the star here is also represents by 8 points. So you're seeking and then on the way to abundance. The stars in ancient times, each star was represented by different gods and deities. One of the stars is the star of Inanna, Ishtar, the goddess of ancient Mesopotamia. And being guided by her shows me that you're ready for war, you're ready to conquer this world, and you're ready to become who you are, to claim your power. You're a fighter when you know that whatever it is you're fighting for is worth your time and worth your effort. So it's kind of, you need to fight for your life now. You need to make this choice and this decision to use your magic, because nothing else is stopping you, but also the whole world is stopping you, because the whole world has made you believe that you're not worthy, that you are not who you are, that you're not special, and there is nothing in you that you should be proud of. And this is the time when you should declare to yourself that everything that you heard before is not truth, and you are who you are. So I don't know, these cards are just magnificent. To me, this is like the best 3 cards I can pull. And even though you're asking me, why can't you use your magic? But I just see so much magic in you, and I see so much potential. And I think the question is how should you use your magic? What do you want to do with it? Do you want to become a healer? Do you want to become a witch? Do you want to talk? Do you want to help people by giving them consultations? Do you want to do spells and rituals? Or do you want to combine all of it together? Do you want to create something your own? Do you want to be unique as you? Do you want to remember this past that you had, all of these past lives and reincarnations? Do you want to work with sigils, or do you want to work with runes? How are you going to use tarot in your spells or rituals? There is so many other questions that you should ask, instead of why can't you use your magic? You can, my dear one, you can use your magic, because the magic is already with you and it's active. There is nothing stopping you. I want to pull 3 more cards to see what else is there, because literally like tarot talks to you in such a mysterious, interesting way. I really like it. This is interesting. So these 2 cards are reversed. So first of all, this card number 5, again, talking about your empire, 5 of Alchemist. Alchemy is with you, and you see this card represents like torture and being on fire, but fire is actually your element. So to me, this represents that you need to go through transformation, and in order to fully become yourself and claim the empire that you want, you need to transform, you need to change, and it's already happening. Even though it's reversed, I think subconsciously you already know that you're going through this transformation. And again, the Queen of Mystics, this is where you're going, this is who you are. Your higher self is also of divine origin, so you have this connection. Like for me, this card represents the power of the witch, like this dark powers of controlling like humans and mortals, of controlling the 4 elements. You are being outside in this raw natural beauty and performing your magic, your dark magic, and your higher self will help you. Your higher self is already more powerful than you and just waiting for you, like right there, very close. It's like literally showing me that you have like means and you have the tools to become who you are if you just try. and the strength card. That was the one that on the bottom of the card. The strength card, it represents the strength that is beyond feminine and masculine, the strengths that you can control, like animals, the sun and the moon, the nature, everything. Just because you are special, just because you are given the strengths by other deities, and you are riding a lion. It's forever representation of the knowledge that you always have. You don't even have to ask for it. The knowledge you take from everywhere, and you learn as you go. That's why practicing, it's so important for you, and you will only be able to see your potential through the people that come to you for help. If you learn how to heal others and read for others, that's when you learn how to be you and who you truly are. Honestly, beautiful cards. I really like them all. And again, so many major arcanas there. It's kind of fascinating. Okay, I prepared this water to do a candle wax reading, and today I chose a silver candle for you because silver for me represents the power and connection with your inner witch, and it always represents to me the moon, the power of the moon, and you are connected to darkness. And silver also the metal that you should work or wear as a talisman on you, because silver connects to your soul. And I will see what message will come through this candle. Because fire, your element, you also should use candles in your practice, and you can do candle wax, maybe not for divination purposes in the beginning, but for magic. Burning something with water, it's kind of unusual to your soul, but I think you can try it to merge water into your element, because even though you're not connected, but this is something in the future you should benefit from, for sure, water. So there are 5 flowers on fire, which tells me the 5 represents your empire, and it represents the future that you're going to. I also see that you will travel south from where you are now, and maybe you're even going to live there. Again, number 5. So number 5 is the confirmation that this is the best time for you to start practicing, to start being who you are. You need to create something that in the eyes of the universe is seen as you are accepting and initiating into you being a witch, into you being born with magical properties. I think the reason why your magic maybe didn't work before is just because like the universe couldn't see that you're doing something with this magic. So for you, you have to show that you're accepting the gift, that you're becoming who you are, that you are doing what you're supposed to do, that you're no longer scared to call yourself a witch, for example, or whatever it is you want to call yourself. You have to choose new name. The name that is given to you is not good for practicing, so choose new magical name, especially to use when you work with clients and demons. You don't really need to wear protective jewelry or any like talismans or anything of that sort, but because in the past lives you used to look like a deity and you've been wearing a lot of interesting jewelry pieces, in this lifetime you have to wear at least 3 different pieces on you all the time when you practice. So when you sit next to your altar, You always have to have a pendant, a ring, and a bracelet. Always carry a rune with you. Choose the one that you feel more connected with, like in the morning, and carry it with you. It's going to become your talisman of protection or talisman of manifestation, the abundance, or whatever it is you want in the moment. You can use it to attract love, people, connections, anything you want in your life. A lot of people in the future will help you to become who you are. They will guide you, so never decline the help of any human in front of you. Well, fire is definitely your element. I'm sure of that. The stars. So when you practice, when you do your spells, make sure you do them at night or after the first star is in the sky already. If you choose to do energy healing, that's the opposite. That's the energy healing you're supposed to do during the daylight, under the sun. And it's quite different, like energy work and your spell work is different. And it's kind of contradicting, so you have to find a way to merge them together. I think when you work with energies, you work with nature itself. And that's why the gods and demons, they don't really come to you because you don't need them. But when you do your witchcraft, when you practice spells and rituals, that's when they come. Because you don't need nature anymore, you need the realm of spirit. You can find a way to actually merge them both, but in the beginning it's just easier to have them separate. There are a lot of people who are like envious or jealous of you. Even though you don't do anything to provoke them, there are always people who kind of like even scared of you because they sense your inner power and they don't even understand why they feel this way about you. There is only one person, like a teacher, that's supposed to come your way and supposed to help you. No one else matters. So for you, even if you start losing your friends or family soon, it's not important because they're not supposed to be with you. Your soul is different. You are not connected to anyone. And this teacher, when this person comes, you'll know. Someone who is different and someone who feels different and feels special. You know right away. And sometimes you become shy for no apparent reason, so make sure you allow this person to come to your life and don't push them away. If you want to go through transformation fully, you have a lot of pieces in your closet that you no longer wear and you no longer need, and they don't represent you anymore. Burn them. Do it like a ritual of transformation. Burn the things that no longer serve you, and don't be scared to lose friends and people that no longer serve you. You better be alone until the time comes when you find your soul tribe, your soul family. Lucifer is always with you, and your ancestors are not with you because they don't like that you use the power that is different from theirs. You don't really need them because those ancestors are just from your blood. They're not your soul ancestors. Your soul ancestors are ancient gods and goddesses. So they're always proud of you, they're always with you, and they don't care what you do because for them this like dark and light doesn't matter because they always work with both. You are meant to do a lot of great things. You are meant to help a lot of people. So don't stop yourself and believe in yourself and go forward without looking back. Like the Fool card. You're ready for this journey, wherever this journey takes you. I think this never-ending fire in a bowl of water represents how special your soul is. It's like you never give up, but sometimes you pursue something that it shouldn't be in your life. It's time to make a decision. It's time to decide how badly you want this future that is destined for you, how badly you want to help people, how badly you want to become yourself. And if you're ready, just go for it. There is nothing to lose. This is magic, honestly. This fire in water, this is magic. I think it shows me that you are magic and you can use it. There is nothing that can stop you. You're so much more special than you even realize. You're so unique that is crazy. You are the most unique person that probably you even met yourself, and you give sometimes too much attention to others and you believe in others more than you. But my dear, you can do so much if you just believe in yourself and if you start this journey and the quest. And I think you will achieve amazing results. You achieve everything you dream of, and I hope you start your journey very soon, like literally in August. You make a choice and you start like moving forward to your empire, because it's perfect time for you. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to read for you. You are amazing. Use your magic. Don't think that there is some kind of boundaries or things that you cannot do. You can do more than you realize. Never give up, and good luck to you.